locations, I wouldn't be shocked if they hit 60 degrees. So it is going to be a very nice day. However, there are some big changes that accompany it. So let's take this live look outside. This is our first alert camera network down towards New Philly. And one of the reasons I'm showing you this camera specifically is because, yes, you can enjoy some of those deep blue skies, but you're also really able to pick up on some of those high level clouds that have been starting to move in. That's the signal to us that our weather pattern is starting to change here pretty quickly. So as we go through the rest of the day today, scenes like what we have here in downtown Cleveland, likely a bit more common, especially with a bit more of that cloud cover moving in from the west. But the good news is south winds will help to overcome any additional cloud cover that we will have today to really bring our temperatures back into the mid to upper 50s, even some lower 60s. Now, this all comes with a big change on the way for tomorrow. We're talking about widespread rain opportunities. This precedes a cold front. Cold front will arrive late tomorrow night, and then that will usher in some of those colder temperatures just in time for the weekend. But if you're wondering where this cloud cover is coming in from, it's out to the west. Doesn't really bring much for us in the way of rainfall. A lot of this that we're picking up on radar evaporating before it makes its way to the ground, but it does definitely secure some of those thicker clouds at times. We should still see some sunshine in here, but again, this is just that preceding cloud cover to the better chances for rain as we go through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow's rain will be pretty widespread, and then as that colder air starts to sink in by Friday, we will have to watch for a little bit of lake effect snow with a brief break on Saturday, and then another system that looks to come in second half of the weekend. But second half of the weekend, we are going to be talking about more pleasant temperatures, kind of on the order of what we're dealing with today. Right now, Hopkins 51, downtown all the way to 55 degrees. Where we can go from here through the rest of your day, coming up in just a bit. Winter coats, at least for the next 12 hours maybe or so, to really soak in some of those warmer temperatures because, yeah, it feels great outside. If you haven't stepped out yet today, yeah, you might need the sweater at most, but that would be about it. A lot of time that can be spent outdoors soaking in some of this beautiful weather. But the reason it's so nice for late February is because we've got a big cold front on the way. That arrives tomorrow night. Out ahead of it, we will have some rain chances to talk about. So for us, that is the next big thing that we are going to be tracking. Now, in terms of impacts, the rain certainly going to be the biggest. It's going to be very widespread throughout the day tomorrow, morning, afternoon, even into that evening commute time. You're likely going to be dealing with some of that rain moving through the area. Some of it could be a little bit heavier at times as well. So on the order of about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain, certainly not off the table. That does mean if you are going to be out and about on the roads traveling, watch for some ponding because with heavier rain rates at times, it is going to take a little bit of time for some of that moisture to really soak into the ground. In terms of the wind, because usually when we're talking about these big cold fronts, yeah, you're always going to get a little bit more breezy. And this will be the case tomorrow, but you'll notice not one of our biggest impacts. Sure, we are going to have some gusts up to 30 miles per hour. That's just because we're talking about a bigger temperature change going from pre-cold front to post-cold front and certainly some colder air filtering in. But the front doesn't arrive until tomorrow night. So temperatures will actually be relatively mild for this time of the year, even as we go through tomorrow afternoon. It won't be quite as warm as where we are right now, but it is certainly going to still feel nice. Average right now should be around 41 degrees or so, and we are going to be above that even as we go to tomorrow afternoon with those rain chances in the picture. So let's take you through future view. Let's enjoy today. We've got sunshine out there, a few high clouds that are mixing in. You'll see that from time to time. There's a system working in from the west, so out ahead of it, we usually tend to see some of those high-level clouds mixing in. It's always our signal that things are starting to change. Temperatures later this afternoon, mid to upper 50s, lower 60s, especially if you can get some sunshine in here. Wouldn't be shocked to find some 60s. By about 10 p.m., temperatures are into the mid to upper 40s, low 50s, and we are just now starting to see more of that rain mixing in. I do think more widespread showery activity is expected as you're headed out the door tomorrow morning. Heavier downpours and even a couple rumbles of thunder can't be ruled out as that initial wave starts to move through. And then it's just dealing with multiple rounds of rain as we go through the day tomorrow. So keep that rain gear handy. You won't need it Friday. Friday, we will have to watch for some light lake effect snow showers and then really a beautiful warm up into next week. We'll talk more about that coming up in the next half hour.